The Council of New York and New Jersey welcomes you to 3 Keys to Success, highlights of the RFP process.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Cynthia. Three Keys to Success highlights the RFP process is sponsored by Ernst & Young. Kelly Watts of IBM. This production received support from Cynthia Morse-Tachoy of Collabra and Road Dogs Production.
I'm Kelly. The webinar was designed by Worldwide Virtual Academy, Incorporated, and animation and technology support is provided by Rangham Consultants, Incorporated.
I'm Cynthia. This 3 Keys to Success highlights of the RFP process webinar is about 30 minutes and focuses on 3 areas that will enhance your potential for success when competing for business through the RFP process. This webinar will assist business enterprises to successfully compete for services, goods, and products.
Throughout this webinar, we will provide examples of the main elements of a RFP and to see how each element is used in the RFP process, and, at the end, put your own knowledge to the test by completing a brief assessment. At the end of the process, you will have a chance to let us know what you thought about this webinar by completing a brief online survey. What are the 3 keys to a successful RFP submission? The first key is know your RFP terminology. When you prepare a RFP, make sure that you understand what each major term means. The second key that is important in the RFP process is that you must have a good bid strategy. How do you build the strategy and how do you use it? The third key to success is to be familiar with the scope of work required by each RFP.
The first key to success is know your terminology. This first key describes the terms usually associated with the 5 ways that vendors use to solicit small business enterprise responses to their needs for goods, services, or products. There are 4 types of requests that are presented to potential business enterprises: the RFI, the RFP, the RFQ, and the reverse auction. And in this age of technology, increasingly businesses are being asked to submit the RFP in an electronic format. Over the next few minutes, we will present the essentials of each request and what is important to know about each. In particular, we will describe the differences between the various types. An RFI is a request for information. The RFI is used to gather information on possible vendors that the corporation would like to consider for a future business opportunity. It's more fact-finding than project-specific. It should not contain confidential information. Also remember, consideration for future business does not mean that business will be awarded. When you respond to an RFI, give basic information about your company. You'll need to provide information such as the history of your company's capabilities and services, and your company's ownership and experience. You should also provide a listing of current and past clients and budgetary pricing. Above all, read the request thoroughly so that you know how to provide in as concise a manner as possible the requested information about your company. When should you expect to hear something from the vendor once you have responded to the RFI? Typically, expect to hear something between 2 weeks to a month, but sometimes it takes longer. When you hear from the vendor, you will be told whether the vendor wants you to go to the next step.